How do I overcome premature ejaculation? I will always start this conversation with, I am not a doctor, and I understand that PE for some people is truly a medical issue. It's seeking out a professional can help. What I would say is, first off, you need to slow down and take your time. If you are just like kissing a woman and making out and then you go to sex, it's like suddenly you had no stimulation to incredible stimulation and it feels overwhelming. And so for a lot of guys, just like, some people like masturbate before going out or having sex and they're like, that helps, but then I don't really enjoy the experience with a woman because I'm kind of numb and desensitized. Do that in the moment where you have a woman touch you for a while and you guys make out and maybe you're going down on her and she's going down on you, or you're touching her with your fingers and she's touching you, and you get a lot of stimulus, but in a more controlled way. Most guys I find don't have PE problems when they're getting worked on by a woman with their hands or whatever. They have some semblance of control. It's mostly through intercourse. If you can spend 10, 15, 20 minutes where you're doing foreplay and you're kissing and you're touching and you're getting that stimulation and you're hard and she's like rubbing you, then when you suddenly jump to penetrative sex, it's not like a huge jump in feeling and you're kind of already used to it. The great thing is most women want longer foreplay anyway. They like to kiss, they like to make out, they like to take their time, so fantastic. Once you're in the moment, you have to relax yourself in multiple ways. The first is you have to lower your heart rate. I find when guys start to feel that sense of like, oh my God, I'm going to finish, they start having an anxiety response, their heart rate elevates, and that exacerbates it. So if you can do some rhythmic breathing while you're having sex and you're looking at her and you're like 3 seconds in, 6 seconds through your nose, 6 seconds out through your mouth, you start to lower your heart rate and you kind of train yourself out of that, oh my God, this is happening, and you relax into it. Additionally, there's all that BS advice of like, think of something that turns you off. Okay, baseball, your grandmother, all that cliche advice. I don't find that to work, and I find that it takes guys out of the experience. Instead, what I think you should do is also relax your body. When you start to feel those feelings of I'm gonna, ejaculate, you tend to get tense in like your balls, your grundle, and your anus. Most guys don't notice it. They have kind of like pelvic tension, and so kind of trying to relax also like your lower body and your bottom, that really helps a lot of guys and gain more control. And do this out of the moment while you're masturbating on yourself, like a performer would before going on stage. Intentionally squeeze your pelvic muscles. If you don't know how to do it, look it up, and kind of squeeze your butt and like make it tense, and then relax it. And do it a couple times so you get the feeling of what it is to like relax and truly just chill down there and gain control over that. And I think for a lot of guys, when you do those three things where you slow down and take your time and get a lot of physical stimulation or direct stimulation with the woman, instead of just your stimulation being suddenly inside the bedroom, relaxing your heart rate and bringing down that anxiety response, and then actually relaxing your physical muscles really does a lot of it. There's more to say about like the stress of like, performing and like what can she expect of you, but that's what I would say is a big chunk of it. And finally, outside of the moment, while you use porn or masturbate, also take your time. Most guys, they like look for porn and they do stuff, and then what do? You like scroll to a clip you like, you're basically hard, and then usually most guys like find something they like and do the death grip and do it as fast as possible, and it's really stimulating. And that's not how sex is, right? It's not like calm and chill and then all of a sudden really strangling it and really intense. It is progressive. So taking your time, having a session sometimes also without porn where you spend 30 minutes building yourself up, touching different parts of your penis, relaxing, taking a breather, doing it again, getting yourself close to that edge, and then bringing yourself back down. And building the habits of control over yourself, control over the stimulation, because I think that we're going to find out a lot of this is from guys' porn uses. They just do the death grip and they do it fast and they do it hard and they do it in a short window. And it kind of trains their body into that. Okay, I have an intense stimulus, it's time to go. And you need to rewire that both inside the moment and outside the moment.